Okay, I want to tell you a quick story. This is about the spider monkey. Now, I need you to pay close attention to this because this is very relevant to you and your life and your situation. Spider monkey. This monkey comes from South America, and usually these are small monkeys. And how trappers usually catch these monkeys are they lay down traps within the jungle, which are big glass containers. Now, these big glass containers have little holes in there. And what they do is they put a little nut in this big, heavy glass container so that the monkeys on the floor, when they come out of the trees, they can actually see and smell the little nut that they have in there. Now, pay attention to this. When the monkeys come down, they put their hands in. They don't have thumbs. So when they go in, they grab like that. Now, everyone knows if you put your hand in something, you can squeeze your hand in something small. But once you make a fish, you can't pull it back out. So what these little spider monkeys do is they reach in and they grab the nut and they're happy. But they can't get it back through the hole because their fists are closed. And so what happens is these trappers come by and they see these little monkeys with their hand trapped in these big containers, and they capture them. And how do they capture them? These spider monkeys aren't smart enough to know that all they have to do is let go of the nut and then they can have freedom. And put that in relationship to people. A lot of times people don't want to let go of a little nut or a little financial seed for financial freedom. I mean, that's deep if you think about it. Here we are, the smartest creatures on the planet, and we're acting like we have a small pea brain like a spider monkey. So what I'm going to tell you, go to my website, www.howimakealiving.com. And the premise of this is I want you to find out how you can be in a different situation this year than you were last year, or how you can be in a different situation next year than you were this year. I mean, I know too many people who live paycheck to paycheck, and every year they have nothing to show for it. So what I want to do, I want to show you how I live my lifestyle and how I pay for things from my profits and not from my wages. A lot of people say, well, hey, Tony, you work a lot. Yes, I do. One thing, I get bored easy, so if I'm not doing anything, I would rather be at work making wages so that I can invest those wages into an investment, and those investments would produce a profit. And everyone knows that profits are better than wages. And I'll get into that later. But on my website, I list 6 business ventures or investment opportunities that anyone can apply for, anyone can participate in. And basically what these do is you can convert your hard-earned wages. I tell everyone, at least 10% of all of your money that you make every week should be either saved, which is a foolish decision to make, or invested, which is a wise decision to make. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Say you invested $1 million. I'm going to teach you how to live like a millionaire. Trust me. This is how millionaires live. Did you know that 1 in 10 people in the United States have a net worth of $1 million? Is that you? Probably not. But even if it is you, you can accumulate more. But these are for the majority, 90+% of the people out there who don't have the millionaire lifestyle or the net worth of $1 million, that can produce a certain amount of income for you so that you can be financially independent. And I talk about that on another video. The goal is to become financially independent. What does financially independent mean? Glad you asked. Financially independent means that you can maintain your certain lifestyle whether you go to work or not. Now that's easy if you think about it, because everyone has a certain lifestyle. If someone works at McDonald's, their lifestyle or their financial independence, they might live in a $500 a month apartment, might drive a $200 a month car, so their expenses are low, and so all they need is enough money to actually pay for their bills, and then they wouldn't have to work to maintain that certain lifestyle. If you're very extravagant and you have $1 million house, the Ferrari, this, that, and the other, you like to travel a lot, spend a lot of money, you wear a lot of fancy clothes, then for you, it's going to be a lot different. You need to make a lot more money to be financially independent, whereas the person who has low expenses and low overhead, they don't need as much as you, but you all will both be able to be financially independent within your level. Now, say someone makes minimum wage is $8 and some change in Florida and New Jersey. So you're making about $332 a week. Invest 10% of that. If you go to my website, www.howimakealiving.com, I'll show you how to take 10% of that money, $32, and 5 years from now, have that be $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. You say, that's not possible. You only say that's not possible because you do not know the power of compound interest. Some of the programs and investment projects that I participate in, I'm getting 1% of my money, 1% return on my wages daily, 5 days a week, doing trading days. So in essence, my money is doubling every 72 working days, if that makes sense. But actually, it doesn't make sense to you, because go look up the rule of 72, and that'll tell you how long your money's going to double. Say you invest $1 million in the bank, and you're getting 2% interest on your money. You divide 72 divided by 2, the 2%, and it gives you 36. So that means your $1 million in 36 years will be $2 million. Now, if you're getting 1% a day, then you divide 1% into 72, it equals 72 days or 72 business days with these particular programs that I'm with, that my money is doubling. And here's the kicker. A little becomes a lot. If you've ever heard of the story of Chinese bamboo, it's a certain seed, a certain genera of bamboo that when you plant the seed, you plant it, you water it, you fertilize it, and then you wait. And you do this for a relatively long period of time. You go back out there next year and you look at the spot where you planted the bamboo seed and you don't see anything. The second year, same thing. So you continue to do your due diligence, do your part. You water it, you fertilize it, and you wait. You water it, you fertilize it, and you wait. Year 3, you water, you fertilize it, you wait. Year 4, you water, you fertilize it, you wait. Year 5, something drastic happens. Year 5, that seed sprouts up 90 feet in a 6-week period. So what was going on here? The seed was, even though you couldn't see it on the surface, the roots were going deep in order to support the height later. Same thing with money. If you invest a little bit of money now, if you keep looking at it, it's not going to grow. You actually got to let it go. Give it to the investment company. Put it in the stock market. Put it in S&P 500. Put it somewhere and leave it alone. And let it do its magic doing the power of compounding. So that's how a $32 investment now, and say your money doubles in 72 days, then you take that money, now you get $64, and then take that 64, you reinvest another 72 days, you take that 64, and you got 128, you invest that 128. You keep doing this for 5 years, you don't touch it. Now I know what my father meant. My father he's retired and he lives very comfortable now. Now, my father, he had 13 children, a wife, and 13 kids. So he was, even the only breadwinner of the family, he was able to put a little bit away out of each paycheck. And when I used to ask him for money when I was young, and I say, well, you got this money here. He said, no, that's not mine. That's going into my investments. So I don't count that as mine anymore. But now my father's retired, and that money that he had then, that little bit that he was putting away, he lives very comfortable now. He's financially independent. He don't have to work. He can buy his trucks every year. He can buy a sports car if he wants to. He can do all these things because what he did then is paying off now. Now, another thing, had my father I'm 50 now, but had my father invested in 1968, had he invested a one lump sum of $10,000 into the regular S&P 500, right now, that $10,000 that $10,000 then would be worth almost $4 million now. Just if he had put it there, forgot about it, say, this is for my son when he turns 50, he can have it, boom, I would have $4 million. I want you to do something for me. I want you to think about this. A penny doubled daily. If you double a penny daily, it doesn't look like much. I mean, after 10 days, you have about $10. And then it goes on up. And then right around 20 days, you got about $300 some. But after 30 days, doubling that penny daily for 30 days, you have almost, get this now, almost $11 million. See, a little can become a lot. The impossible can become the possible if you have the information. A lot of these people have the information. Like when people hear that Warren Buffett, last year Warren Buffett made $12 billion. No, he didn't make $12 billion. His profits made money. What he does, he has his money working for him 27 or 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And what he's doing, his money is never taking a break. It's always working and multiplying. He doesn't have to do anything. He let it multiply and do its thing. And it will do its thing just through the laws. Now, someone might ask, on my website, I teach you how to live the millionaire lifestyle. So it's my belief, and what it is based on knowledge. If you want to live the millionaire lifestyle, you have to do is make an extra $7,000 a year or an extra $191 a day. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. A millionaire takes his money. If he invests $1 million into the bank, which would not be wise, he will get 2%, right around 2% interest on his money, which means on his $1 million, he'll make about $20,000 a year, which is about $54 a day or so. And now, if he take that same $1 million, now most millionaires, this is what they get on their money, roughly around what they get on their money. They usually get 6 or 7% return on their money. Now, if he's getting 7% return on $1 million a year, that's $70,000 a year. You take that same amount of money and you divide that by 365, it equals $191 a day. So $191 a day, you could be living a millionaire lifestyle, because don't forget, smart millionaires, not lottery winners, they never spend the principal. They take their $1 million, they invest the principal. They don't touch it. Now that principal produces offspring called interest, return on their investment. Now the return on their investment, that's what they spend. They spend this. They never touch the principal. They only spend what the principal produces, which is the interest. So the interest is what I'm telling you. I'm going to show you how to make $191 a day through these investments. I like to say on my website, I list about 6 investments. I'm really invested in like 4 of them, and I'll share those with you on my website. The ones that I'm invested in, getting 1% a day, and you'll be surprised how a little can turn into a lot in a relatively short period of time. And don't forget, everyone will not make the same amount of money at the same time. If you make a minimum wage and you're only able to invest $32 a week into your investments, and 5 years from now you have $600,000-$700,000 from religiously making those investments, because that's all you could afford. If you plant a few seeds, you get a little harvest. If you plant a lot of seeds, you get a large harvest. That's just the way life goes. If you invest $32 and I'm able to invest $1,000, you buy $32 worth of seeds, and I buy $1,000 worth of seeds. When we plant our seeds, we water them and fertilize them. When it comes harvest time, I'm going to have a lot more harvest than you. But like I say, it's all relative. For you to become financially independent, you get what you need at your level. Now, if you want to elevate your level and things like that, then that's a whole nother story. But for right now, my goal is for you to become financially independent. You can join our team, the EOH Wealth Solutions, on my website, howimakealiving.com. And I'm going to show you what can you do with $7,000? Here's what you do. If you work at McDonald's, making that $8 an hour, $32, $332 a week. But now you got an additional $7,000 coming in. You live your same lifestyle, let your regular job pay for all your bills and all that stuff that you're currently doing right now. But $7,000 can put you, I'm going to show you. $7,000 can put you into a nice house. It can get you a nice sports car. It can get you vacations. Me and my wife just got back off 2 weeks vacations from my investments. You can get yourself a nice boat if you like to fish. My wife loves deep sea fishing and things like that. It's very peaceful out there on the ocean. And here's the kicker. Those things I just showed you, it's not one of those things you can get. You can get all of those things at one time for that $7,000 a month. Don't forget, that's coming from profits, not from wages. Your wages take care of all your little things that you need to take care of, but your profits is what's going to provide you with the lifestyle. And I'm all about the lifestyle. So if you want to find out how this can be your reality and not just someone's philosophy, go to my website, howimakealiving.com, and find out how you can be living your dream life today. And something else I'm going to say. If you are not financially independent, you do not have the life of your dreams. I guarantee you, you don't have the life of your dreams. You know why? Because you don't have security. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, if you get sick, you miss a week of pay, you're upside down and you're in a world of trouble. I mean, I had a buddy who was a personal trainer, and he was out messing around on one of these little new airboards things, these new skateboard things, and he fell and he hurt his leg. Now, he can't do personal training for a little while, but that's his sole means of income. His income, his wages provided his lifestyle. So if your wages provide your lifestyle, if you don't have the wages, you get sick or something happens, you lose your job, you're screwed. Point blank, you are screwed. So that's why investments, so if something happens to me, I don't want anything to happen, but my investments will still produce. So that's just something to think about. Check out my channel, check out the website, and see if there's anything else that I didn't tell you about that I wanted to tell you about. No. So I will talk to you soon. Go to my website, Facebook us, join our Facebook page, EOH Wealth Solutions. Go to the join our different teams, join our different groups, and let me show you how we're making things happen. Have a good day.